All right. Slight hiccup there. Adjust the camera. That's good. It's not quite right, but doesn't matter too much. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We're back. Been doing some stuff behind the scenes, so this episode, let me turn that notification down. That was just letting me know that we're live. This is gonna be a little bit of a different video. It's more of a update video, as you might notice by the title. We're no longer Neo Sonus Underground. Thumbnail still says Neo Sonus Underground. However, things have shifted and we're changing the name. So it's now the Neo Sonus Signal, which is where you're going to get these daily live streams from me. Now, I say daily, but you're like, Elijah, Redex, what's going on? You haven't really live streamed in the last couple of weeks. Well, I've still been working behind the scenes, but there's also been some other behind the scenes things that have been happening. And so part of that is what I'm going to explain. First, we have a release here a day ago. What is this? When did you finish that, Redex? Well, this was a song that we were working on 2 weeks ago, and I had gotten pretty close to finishing this song, and so I was working on another song as well too, and that's what we're going to also play. In fact, actually, I think this song was finished more than 2 weeks ago. This might have been 3 weeks ago, and I was kind of just sitting on it, but there has been an expansion of the Neo Sonus network, and there is a new node in addition to the main Neo Sonus channel. There is now also, I'm proud to announce, Sentinel Sonus. This is a partnership that we have with Sentinel Enterprises, and they have become a partner in the Neo Sonus network. So the music that I create for my artist project Redex, as well as some future artists that are coming up as well, they're going to be releasing their music on that platform, and it's going to be a great staging ground and training environment for people who haven't released in a while and want to get back into the spirit of things. So that's why I haven't been releasing many live streams, or I should say doing many live streams, because I've been going behind, doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, getting that set up, as well as also partially running it as well too. So this release, Ghost in Layer 0, we have also released on Sentinel Sonus, and I'll be dropping a link to that video for you to check out for the audio visualizer there. And then I have a surprise for you as well. Today is going to be more of we're listening to music today. And so after I play Ghost in Layer 0, which I don't think I've did the live stream of me mixing and mastering it, but once we play this through, then we'll go over into Ableton, and then I've got a surprise for you at the end. All right, so I believe that everything is playing now. I hope I'm not double mic'd up right now. It looked like I was for a second. Okay, I'm going to turn. Oh, I am double mic'd up. Interesting. Okay, let me just go ahead and mute that one. And then we are going to turn down our desktop audio slightly on OBS. We're gonna go put the headphones on. We also have our resident producer, Kat Lana. He's here. Let's listen to Ghost in Layer 0. Let me turn down on my end too. All right. So that was Project Anti-Fools. That was Ghost in Layer Zero. And even I'll say a few things about this. Um, One, I'm glad that I actually released something. The last thing I released on my SoundCloud was almost a full year ago. There was a couple of demo tracks that I privately released, but first official release on SoundCloud in quite some time. So going through that process and releasing that was very, very, very rewarding for me. Especially then also tying in with this song being what helped to secure this partnership and create Sonus. And I'll say this, I wasn't really happy that I used a this AI generated background. When I was designing it, when I was going back and forth with ChatGPT to design it, I really liked it. Um, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a template and go into Canva and try my best to, with the limited skills that I have, and make something similar, at least like something with the positioning here. Like I like this in the top left, I like this in the top right, I like that barcode. So there are certain things I'll keep in this, but I will just use this as a template going forward. Um, Usually, I've always designed my own album art, and I believe every single song in here I've designed it or I've borrowed it for something else. Yeah, like I think that one might be, well, that was AI too. That was AI as well. That was AI as well too. So a couple of these things are AI, but some of the ones I enjoyed the most, like this one I did myself, I did myself, I did myself. A lot of these things are other things I did myself. Um, but yeah, so that was Ghost in Layer Zero. It's actually out on the, I should have did this beforehand. It's on the Neo Sonus YouTube. So if we go to the channel, you'll see that we're live. But then you look at this, Ghost in Layer Zero, and then it's like, what is that? That's it's an audio visualizer. Yeah, we got something going on there. Um, but what we're gonna do is hop over here into the project that you haven't heard that is essentially done. There's very few things I need to do for the arrangement. There are a few things that are really just mixing, in my opinion. One second. That I really need to do. For example, this is a remix as well as a track underneath. So um, when you hear it, there's going to be some louder elements in terms of the melody because when I was last working on this the other day, I was listening to it more so for the original song. Um, but in fact, I wonder if I can get away with just playing the original and not actually playing that. Let's see. What I'll do is this. I'll play the. Oh, we don't want that. No phone calls during stream. I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro up until this drop. Yeah, I'll play it up to here as the intro or as the original, and then I'll go back into it and I'll play the this little bootleg here. I think there's one other thing I need to do before I. No, okay. I'll play it all the way back from now. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna mute myself really fast, and I'm gonna test the audio, and then I'll come back, and then I'll play it again. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna play it. just let it play through. To actually add a riser in this section. So this is Project BTA. If you're from New York, or if you watch basketball, then you already know what the BTA tour is. So all right. So we're nearing the end of this episode. So I promised that I would now play this from, or with the vocal for this bootleg remix. And if the episode gets flagged and goes down, then so be it. And now I present to you, ooh, all right. So there's a few things that have to be done with this song, but it will be done. Should be done today actually, but it'll end up being done tomorrow. Then it will be releasing it tomorrow, next week Thursday, or possibly Tuesday. I like Tuesday and Thursday for track releases. I released Ghost and Layer Zero on Tuesday technically, and it worked a little bit better. but it's gonna end up being next week, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday. And with that, the surprise, even though I already showed you, we have this as our visualizer. So if I went back into Ableton, or even if I was on SoundCloud, it's actually doing it from SoundCloud, but pardon me. If I were to, let's say, play this again, and of course, we have our beautiful network tree there. I can move this around as well too. Really, really like that. Very Watch Dogs inspired. In fact, that's where this comes from Wallpaper Engine. Shout out to, I can't remember the person's name or the creator's name, but shout out to you for making this. And with that, that's going to bring us to the end of this Neo Sonus update episode for the Neo Sonus Signal. Just keep it locked. We'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably just be working on some of the last few things in this track, and then we'll start. I'll put it to the side, and I'll start working on the arrangement for another track. And this one's gonna be a little bit on a time crunch. We actually only we'll have I think 9 days to finish this track, and it's really, really nice. Really gonna have fun with this one. You'll see tomorrow when we switch over to it what it actually is, and I'll go a little bit more into the song too. So make sure you keep it locked. This is Neo Sonus Signal with RedX, clearing the way for other producers to turn into from isolated, struggling producers into independent digital artists. This is my journey, and if I can do it, I know for sure you can too. Keep it locked for tomorrow. See you all again soon.